Well, hello folks, welcome to episode 1 of our 20th season here at RFC Liege. I'm the Custard Prophet and this is Above Standard. We're still with FM21 in this save because it's just so much fun. And we're coming back to see how things went on early in season 20. We've got crazy goings on in the transfer market. We've got a big announcement in terms of the development of the club, and we've got a few games to catch up on, all sorts of stuff, and we'll play a game against Kortrijk as well, so everyone should be happy. Let's get into it. Okay folks, let's start off with those transfers, because whilst it hasn't been ridiculously busy, there has been a big sale that's gone out of the club, and we had to do that to try and sort out things financially, because we were, as you see here, in a little bit of trouble. £3 to £4 million in debt. No longer the case. We're about £4 million in profit at the minute. How have we done that? Well, we have sold one of our players, one of the better players at the club. So let's see what business we've done. So in terms of players who've gone out, with Lucas Van Dam, Coleman and Xavier Granger. I can't even remember who this person is. I imagine he's not all that. He's gone to La Louvière. He's all right, actually. He's not a bad player, but certainly not the level we want to be at. So let's have a look. Players who have gone out, and you see it front and centre there. The big loss. We got rid of Tim Kramer. He went to Augsburg for £7 million. Do I think this is a good deal? I think it's a damn good deal, yes. I think he's a very, very good goalkeeper. But you look, he is only worth £3.7 million at the minute. He's quite slow. That's not really a problem for many goalkeepers, but he can't run out very fast. He is a very good shot stopper, and we will miss his ability between the sticks. That is a big loss, but we did get £7 million for him, which is not bad considering I think we bought him in on free. Other players who've gone out, you can see Kukovic and Francois out on loan, and the other player to permanently leave is Hussein Yildiz, who was getting in the team. He's left for almost £1 million for NSC Breda. I felt that was a fair amount of money. Let's have a look at him. I think he's a good player. He could definitely be someone who we developed, but yeah, it was getting him into the side with the players we've got in those sort of positions, which was the problem. So we had that. That had the bid come in. He wanted to leave, so we did the deal. So what about players who've gone the other way? Let's start with the goalkeeper, because obviously we needed to bring a goalkeeper, and we could not rely on Fernandez, as we found out last year. And it's Jan Metzger who has come in. I think this is an awesome replacement. Four-star current ability, potentially 5-star ability, 20-year-old Belgium. Signed him on a free from RWDM. I think this guy is going to be a corker of a signing, and he's Belgian. So I think what we've done there is pretty damn brilliant business. So that's the good stuff. Other issues we're having, maybe we're a little bit weak at right back, so went in for this lad on loan from Olympique Marseille, Mark Bolan. Look at this player. I think once he starts to get comfortable in this team, you look at the passing, you look at the ability that this player has. He's aggressive, he's going to get involved in the play, but he has got a pretty good tackle on him. You can cross. The perfect wing back. You feel this guy, another Belgian, he's going to make a big splash in this team. Not happened really so far. He hasn't even had an assist so far, but we're working on it. And the other player that I bought in, another Belgian, on free from Vaslan Beveren, was Thomas Moulin, and who is just someone who is a bit of a backup, 23-year-old Belgium. I think he's a reasonable player. He's got most of what you'd want. Pretty agile, very fast, crossing and dribbling, and decent first touch and technique. And all those things suggest to me he can do a job in that right winger position. So pretty happy with what happened in terms of the transfer business. Not a lot going on, but I think we have future-proofed ourselves a little bit. Another Belgian coming in, another couple of Belgians. In fact, there are all 3 Belgians coming in, so that's good. And I think 2 non-Belgians leaving. Well, the big news is this that I've got on the screen in front of you now. We had an announcement by the board to enlarge the stadium by around 3,000 seats. It was going to cost 3.7 million and only take 3 months to complete. When we come back, this will already be completed. It was completed for maybe a couple of weeks ago in game, so that's pretty nice. And that's going to take us up to around 17,600 people, which is a big difference from where we were at the start of the year, the start of the save, which was about 2,000. That is pretty awesome, is it not, my friends? So where have they found the money for this? Well, unfortunately, they have dipped into debts again, and you see we have 4 different bank loans still out. There's this £3.7 million stadium loan that they've put out, and we're going to be paying that until, well, for the next 10 years. We've got another £11 million loan out that we are going to be paying until 2063. But thankfully, we do have this loan here, which is we're paying, well, 20. It's our smallest loan, isn't it? We're paying 25k a month on this one, this 2.9 million pound loan, which will be finished in the end of this coming season. So that's pretty good. We'll get that out of the way, and hopefully that will give us a little bit more money every month. Just a little note about Mr. Uda. Let's have a look at him. Our top marksman last year. What a player he has turned into. Absolutely superb. Finishing could be improved, but his physical attributes are ridiculous. His anticipation, that's just amazing. The composure in front of goal and the determination. This guy is so good. So good. And he's only 19. We have had bids coming in for him. We had a bid in from a Chinese club. It was something around the region of £30 million. We had no choice but to accept it. That's money that we could not possibly turn down. He turned the move down, but then a little bit later on said he is kind of wanting to move on. So we said, okay, what can we do? And we eventually got him to agree at the end of this season he would go, which I think is a good thing. It means that we can look forward and try and find someone to replace him. I don't think we'll manage that, but with 23, maybe £30 million in the bank, maybe even more coming, next time out, plus a load of other things, we'll be in a good place to potentially get someone of some quality and just spread that money around the team perhaps a little bit better. But just to show how good he has been in the last so we got this thing coming up, as that he is Europe's top marksman. He's got a score of 57. I don't know what that means, from 38 goals, whatever that means. He is way better than all the rest of them. He's a shock winner of it, but he is a great player. So we've been pleased. What a player to have developed in the squad. Okay, I think that is everything. Let's have a little look now at the schedule, how things started, and you can see it's been a bit of a rough start. Maybe that's because we've had a couple of tough teams to play, but we've not made the most of it. And really, the tone was set with this game against Mechelen. Look at this. We were 4-1 up against Mechelen in the 86th minute. Uda with a couple. Bailey and Otto, their Pinholt's got themselves a goal at the start of half time, but we were looking pretty good, and then all of a sudden we just completely fell apart, conceding 3 goals in the last sort of 6 minutes of the game. Absolute disastrous stuff for us. We were, well, what an absolute hammer blow to any team. So yeah, we brought in Demir and Lecoq, and maybe that was the problem, that we didn't just try and see it out and just make sure we got that first win on the board, because we were then going away to Club Brugge. This was going to be hard. We played okay in this game, but ended up losing 1-0. And then at home, a really disappointing 3-0 loss at home against Standard. They are topping the league at the minute, but yeah, at this point we were looking pretty short of ideas. And that was even more the case here when we played RWDM, who were predicted to go straight back down. And you see here, we went 1-0 down early on, and thankfully Rico Bailey got himself a 61st minute goal to give us a little bit of hope, but we weren't able to capitalise on that. So coming into September with just 2 points on the board in the bottom two, and that was not where we want to be. But it's gone better in September. Win over Zult Vargem. This was a lot closer than it needed to be. Udar with a couple of goals, Valencic also with a goal, and they had maybe 2 or 3 shots in the game and scored pretty much from every shot they had. 2 absolute pile drivers that found the back of the net, but 3-2 win. We're not moaning at that. At Charleroi, you see we scored very, very late on from Udar. He had the ball in the back of the net twice. In addition to this, both those ruled offside. A little disappointing with that. He also hit the post twice against Zult Vargem, which so he could have got a few more goals there. And then we played Mechelen, who are not the Mechelen. This is a amateur side Mechelen. And you can see we were 2-0 up, just completely cruising. Udar and Julien getting the goals. We then hit the post, hit the bar, and then it was an absolute scramble in the box. It was like pinball, and it just didn't want to go in the back of the net. That would have been it. Somehow they came back into this and won the game 3-2. No idea. But we're yet to win a game away from home, which is something we need to put right. Last game though, we put that one to bed. A hat trick from Peter Williams. The last one a penalty, which was it was a generous goal, because he just blasted it straight at the goalkeeper, and he had a bit of flappy hands and just dropped it in. And Julien with the other goal. No goals from Udar today though, or Otto. So we're sitting currently in 11th. It's an okay start. We should be doing a little bit better than this. I want to be pushing up into this area here, and it's a good chance here to do that against Kortrijk, because they are 2 points ahead of us. So if we can beat them, we go ahead of them, and we've got a point to prove against them, because they did steal our European place last season. Let's go and play Kortrijk. Well, here we go. It's taken ages to get here. There's about a month between the last game and this one, and I just didn't time that very well when we came back to talk about things. Bizarrely, even with that month gone, we have moved up a position into 10th, and we sit now 3 points behind Kortrijk. So a win would be very, very nice. Remember, this table is done on games won, and we haven't won all that many games this season. Let's get into it. We've had a little bit of an issue injury wise. Valencic is going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, which is pretty massive for us, because he is such an important player on that left side. So we are having to tweak things a little bit, think about how we can make the most of not having Valencic in the side. He is the only casualty though, and this, I think, is the team we are going to go with. We've got Udar and Otto up top. We are not going to play Otto at left midfield, which we could do. We're going to play Bailey on the left side. He's inside forward, so that's fine because he's right-footed. We'll play Julien on the right side, and then in the middle we'll play Munier and Williams, who are doing very, very well together. Williams with that hat trick in the last game. Kraus, Kana, Rice and Bolen are playing across the back line with Metzger in goal. Kraus, he's doing all right at left back. He is doing all right. He's improving all the time. Let's just have a quick look at him. We bought him in on a free. I really think this guy's got the potential to improve, and you can certainly see as a sort of more defensive left back, he certainly does a reasonable job here, and he played a lot of games last season and he's already started a fair few this season. He's keeping the likes of Van Hoot out the side, which is excellent. So you will notice Wapatale is on the bench. We've pretty much figured out this guy is just past it now, and we can't really rely on him anymore. So we have put him on a transfer list, as Mayenga is, and we'll hopefully get rid of those two fairly soon. Free up some wages, maybe. Well, it's going to be hard. It's going to be particularly hard missing Valencic. Kortrijk are on a good run of form as well. So I think, yeah, they would be clear favourites for this game. But I guess you never know what might happen. Let's start off on a balanced approach and see what we can do here. Now, Udar, there's no one near him, and he gets the ball, but straight up to the forwards there, or the defenders. The forwards don't get anywhere near that. Bruno Costa running through on the left side. Salou. That's a nice ball. And it's into the back of the net from Kalin. Top corner that was. Lovely ball in from Guedes. Yeah, quick start from Kortrijk. We really didn't do particularly well there. Gave this lad, I mean, I don't know what more we could have done. Maybe Julian could have run back a little bit more, but it was a cracking header from Kalin. Shame. Is there a chance to get back into this, though? We're a better side than we used to be, that's for sure. Particularly with Udar in the side. There's all sorts of things can happen. Julian! Oh, Bailey just misses out. It's on his left foot, and yeah, if it had been the other way around, I think he'd have put that away on his right foot. Kalin's injured. Yes! Oh, chance here. Barisa. Wow, another absolute stunning header from someone with an unpronounceable name, but that looks like it's offside. They're going to check, but obviously if it's offside in FM21, if they're checking, it is always a disallowed goal. Thank God they've changed that for FM22. Let's have a look. Yeah, he went early. Metzger. It'd be nice to get a goal here and just, have then both teams going at it in the second half, but it's going to be hard. Bailey on an unfamiliar position. Otto. Willems, he scored from this range in the last game. Oh, but he passes to Julian. Oh, what a goal that was. 1-1. That was an absolute stunner. Did not see that one coming at all. So Bailey cutting in as he needs to, as an inside forward role. And Wilhelm, I guess they were worried he might shoot, but Julian, I mean, how did he find the room to do that? Brilliant stuff, and we're it's 1-1, even game so far. 1-1, half time. Pretty pleased with this. There's been very little in it. They have had a goal disallowed. It was offside. Their goal scorer has also got taken off. So we'll keep going as we're doing. I think on a balanced approach, we might step up maybe a little bit later on, but not at the moment. Right, Rice into Julian Willems. Oh, there's been a few of those that I've seen recently, which I would have thought might have been given for us, but they weren't. Metzger into Canna. We have tackled them though, which is good. Canna, he plays it long up. Didn't quite get to that, but put them under pressure, and Julian's got it here. Into Willems. Ball through. Otto. Julian. He's already scored a cracker. Wilhelms, it's Julian. Oh, is that onside? Please let that be onside. 2-1. Brilliant stuff from Julian. We have not won an away game yet this season. We need to put this right as quickly as we can, but this was beautifully done. And he just timed the run perfectly. Beautiful ball from Wilhelms. And Bolen, doing well also on that right side. Great stuff. And we go ahead of them. So 68 minutes is on the clock. We are going to make our first change. So one man who's not had a great game and he's a bit tired is Mounier. We're going to remove him. Jacquot, who's coming on, and he is playing. He's had his testimonial this year. We're 83 minutes in, and we've got a bit of tiredness in the centre of the park. Wilhelms, who's been absolutely superb, will bring a Robert on there. He's a decent backup there for Wilhelms. And the final change, Dresden is on for Otto on the left side, and we have won that 2-1. Absolutely superb. Not Otto, Bailey. Bailey came off. Dresden's coming on. We're trying to give this guy a few more games. For once, we've actually won a game where we haven't deserved to in terms of the XG, but 2 wonderful chances from Julian. Bailey had a decent chance early on as well. We didn't see much from Kortrijk in the second half, if anything at all in the second half. And you look at the XG, there was no shots really for the pretty much after we scored. They had a little bit of a go, 2 decent chances, but that is all she wrote. Great bit of play from Julian, and what a victory that was. What a huge result against Kortrijk. That's not a game that we might have been expected to win. Let's see what that does in terms of the table. And here it is. We are up to 8th. This is exactly where we want to be. Finally, after a really rubbish start, we are kind of where I'd hoped to be. Antwerp having a good season. We are playing them next, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. And we will, once we've done that, played all of the top 3 already. There's a few teams in this area that we haven't yet played, so it would be nice. I want to finish in that top 8 again. That's what I want to do. If we can go a little bit better than that, that would be awesome. But to be able to finish top of the group of that 5 to 8 group last time was brilliant. But I just want to get into Europe now. Right then, folks. So we're going to come back. We're going to play a big bunch of the season, and we'll then come back and we'll be well over halfway there to the end of the season. And we'll play a game. I'll let you know how we've been getting on, and hopefully we are going to look like we're pushing for that top 8 position, or maybe even better. Who knows? If we carry on like that, maybe we will. But we have a small squad, and that's a bit of a problem. Anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed this episode, please hit a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'm also doing a save in FM22 with Riga FC in Latvia. It's a lot of fun there. And I'll see you in the next one, where we find out whether Liege have managed to keep this run of form going. Fingers crossed they will do. Goodbye.